Christ had told his disciples is how you stop crying as a whole. Because when you go to him and him alone, and for you sisters out there who love the beef and who don't like to talk to another woman about, how she, treated you, you sisters need to go to her alone as well.
Nobody is holding you accountable for the things that you say you were doing or not doing. There's no, like the scriptures say, everything should be done in decency and in order.
That's right.
There's no order and decency with you going on the internet and running in the streets with no guidance, without being sent, without being anointed by the man of the Lord, by being sent by a man of God out there on them streets. You must be sent.
When you hear us say salute, Shalom Yahweh Shem Shabbat, right? That is Hebrew. Okay? Shalom, Shalom, that is not Hebrew. I don't know where you learned that from. Most likely from Esau, from the Jewish. On the street corners. And we ain't selling dope, but we are teaching you how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We are teaching you how to not be a drug addict and a drug dealer.
Right.
How to keep you out of prison. How to not make you a target for Esau to use.
All right, I'll take your questions in the room and online. When you're ready to rock, let's do it, all right? We'll go into a few topics tonight. One of the topics I definitely want to go into is the Christmas demon, the demon of Christmas that is on the run. Perfect. That is on the run everywhere throughout the planet Earth. The Christmas demon is depression. Tonight I'll go into depression. We'll do a class on depression, how to find depression, to know depression when you see it, especially in yourself, and to go to war with depression. We had some very important brothers and sisters in the UPK that lost someone very dear to them because of depression, because of sadness. And in the UPK, we go to war with sadness.
Right.
And tonight, Lord allow, I will arm you so that you can fight the sadness in you. So you can know its origin, where it comes from, and then destroy it in its nest. Everyone understands, right? Officer Yedai, I gave you some videos, some scientific proof. We'll go into that because it absolutely backs up what the Bible already says. Good to go? And I'll give you a few precepts as well. Let me give it to you now so I don't forget, all right? Psalms 30. You're going to hold Psalms 30. And 2, we're going to read that probably on down to 12. We're also going to go into hope deferred. In the Bible, you can find it, I believe, is in Jeremiah. Also, you're going to go into Romans 15. One second. Romans 15 and 1 on down. Boy, probably about 9, all right? So we'll do it when time allows for it. I want to make sure I rock out all your questions first. Philippians, this is the same topic. Philippians 2 and 21. That's it. Let's get it on. Questions in the room or online? What do you have? Okay.
Just like sir, Shalom, Lord Christ. Could you give me a general breakdown on how to pray?
No problem. Matthew, the 7th chapter, right? Praying when you're coming out of the world or out of prison, it can be very difficult to even understand how to pray, right? Because mainly you're thinking in your mind that praying, there's some formula to it, right? There's some way, like a puzzle you put together, like a magic spell you have to say to communicate with the Most High. The most important thing to understand about praying is that praying in spirit is asking your Father for something. That's it. That's what Christ tried to explain about prayers and about our relationship with the Most High. Israelites before Christ didn't really understand the Most High. They didn't understand how to communicate with him. They didn't understand how to achieve what he wanted. Christ appeared and taught us, set up schools, would train men to educate us on how to communicate with the Father and how to achieve what the Father wants, right? Think about the Most High like your father. If you've never had a father, now you know you do. Now you know you have a father because God is your father. The Most High said, when thy mother and thy father reject thee, then will I lift thee up. So now your whole life, you might have thought a warrior. You might have thought you were abandoned or you didn't have a father, or you were raised in the care system over or in the UK or in foster care here in the States. Now you know you've always had a father. Right. So now you can communicate with him, right? So just think that. Now to be more specific, we'll go to Matthew, the 7th chapter, when Christ told us how to pray. All right? Go ahead and read quickly. Matthew 7 and what? 5, 6?
It's Matthew 6, sir.
My apologies. Matthew 6 and what?
And verse 5.
Matthew 6 and 5. Go ahead.
Come. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are.
1 second. Here's step 1. When you pray, don't pray like the hypocrites. The hypocrites pray, for repetition and to be seen of men. The hypocrites are not actually talking to God. They're talking to the people watching them pray. Right. That's why Islam prays for 5 times a day in the middle of the street, wherever they are, with all of the magic head movements, move to the side, move to that side, hands like this, hands like that. It's like a Masonic ritual, man, Muslim prayers. That's why the Christians scream prayers all day, all night in public and dance in public because the Christians are interested in looking like they are people who communicate with God. Christ said, step 1, don't pray like the hypocrites. Keep going.
Don't come. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the street.
That's how they pray. They love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the street. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Praying constantly so everyone can see them. They want to look like godly people, but they don't want to obey God's commandments.
Right.
Step 1, don't be like them, all right? Go ahead.
Don't come, that they may be seen of men.
Mm-hmm.
Verily I say unto you, that they have their reward.
Meaning what? People see you pray, so that's your reward. All you want to do is be seen anyway. Well, they saw you. Congratulations. Everyone believes you're saved. Everyone believes that you're Holy Ghost filled. Everyone believes you're a good Muslim. They see the black mark on your forehead from you praying all day, all night. Congratulations. They see during Lent, they see the black cross on your forehead to prove that you celebrated Lent and you went without meat every Friday except for fish, which is absolutely meat. I don't know why in the hell Catholics act like they're not eating meat when fish is meat.
Right.
Moving on, everyone thinks you're godly, so you have what you wanted. But see, in the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General Yohana, we don't pray for people to see it. We pray for God to hear us.
Right.
We pray for the Lord to hear our request. And peradventure, if he has enough mercy on us, then he might grant what we ask him. He might give us our request. And that's the whole point of praying. So don't pray like a hypocrite who wants to look righteous but doesn't care about being righteous.
Right.
Keep going.
Don't come. Verse 6. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. And
Go ahead, brother.
And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to the Father which is in secret.
But when you pray, you go into your closet. What is your closet? Your closet is not literal. Your closet is somewhere where you're not doing it for people to see it. It's not for everyone to know how righteous you are. You have a request that you need to make to the Most High, man. This is, your child is sick. You're about to be kicked out of your home. Your wife is ill. You found out that you have a terrible diagnosis from your doctor. You're afraid of a terrible thing that you believe is closing in on you every day. Well, listen, you don't need people to see you pray. You need to go to the Most High and make sure he knows that you're not doing it for them to hear it. You're doing it for him to hear it. So you do it in private, which is what closet is a metaphor for. In private. Keep going.
Come. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
And the Father that sees everything in private. Remember that about the Most High as well, right? You might think no one sees the crime that you're committing, the sin you're involved in, but the Father which seeth in secret, he will reward thee in public if you're doing the right thing in secret. The Lord God sees the sexual deviance that you're committing. He sees you smoking cigarettes. He sees you smoking weed. He knows that when you say it was just a mistake, he knows you're a liar. He knows you did it on purpose. Now, that same God will see you when you're in private and you're praying to him. He'll see that as well. And he will reward you in public. Everyone will see that God stepped in and saved you. That God intervened in a situation which was hopeless. Everyone will know about it because you went to him in private. Keep going.
Come. Verse 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions.
But when you pray, don't use vain repetitions. Don't say things over and over again for nothing. Don't do that. Who would be directly breaking this commandment of Christ and yet calling themselves Catholics or Christians, the Catholic Church, who will give you 25 Hail Marys if you, I guess, murder, your enemies or have a vendetta over there in Sicily. You go in there to the church and they'll give you 50 Hail Marys for killing everyone who's your enemy in Sicily. 50 Hail Marys, 25 Our Fathers, make a donation on your way out. Shalom. Who else does that? The Muslims, who pray 5 times a day. Why? Not because 5 is somehow important or they're saying something different than they said the first time, but it's simply for the repetition. Or the Buddhists, who say hum nak shing nung hung nung kong. I mean, about 100 times. About 100 times. Im nak shing nung pum pum pum. Im nak shing pum 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 pum. Somebody look up what the Buddhists say, the Buddhist prayer. It sounds something like that. They say it 1,000 times for nothing other than doing that Swami nonsense that hypnotism does on everyone, to make you repeat something over and over and over until you go into a hypnotic trance, which is why when the old movies, when they hypnotize you, watch the clock. I'm swinging a clock in front of your face, or watch this thing that spins over and over and over and over. It's to put you in a hypnotic trance. Many of the things that our oppressor does is really some psychiatric tool that he's learned from his study of human nature that he uses on you to get your money. Next week, this Thursday. When is so-called Christmas? Is it this Thursday or before this Thursday? This Thursday, I will go into Christmas. I will devote the topic to Christmas this Thursday in class, in the mandatory online class. Also, we will go over Christmas music. Scientists have studied Christmas music and have found out the exact same thing that Commandant General Yohana has always said. Christmas music is designed to put you in a trance so that you can make impulse buys. So you can buy things that you would not otherwise buy. And we'll break it down this Thursday. Well, chants and repeating prayers, it serves the same purpose. You say it over and over again, and before you know it, you feel nice and calm. And now you are accepting of everything that preacher wants you to do. Everyone understands. Go ahead.
Come. As the heathens do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking.
They think if they say it over and over and over and over again, they'll make sure everyone hears them. Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask.
Come on, man. You're going to the Most High like you're going to your Father to humble yourself unto him, to show him that you're a good son, to pay him his honor. But please believe the Most High God knows what you need without you asking. He already knows. So even the asking is not to tell him, because he knows that your child is sick. He knows your mother is in the hospital. He knows your terrible financial situation. He already knows. But he wants to see that you're the kind of son that deserves his help. And that's what praying is. Praying is not telling God about the problem. He knows it already. Praying is showing him that you're a good son, that you're a good daughter, that you're the kind of child that this father should help. Keep going.
From God. Verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven.
This is how you're going to pray. Our Father, which art in heaven. After this manner, meaning like this. This is how you will pray. You'll acknowledge that the Most High God is your Father. Keep going.
From God. Hallowed be thy name.
You're going to acknowledge that his name is holy. What's his name? Yahweh is his name. And if his name is holy, then Jehovah cannot be holy. Then God cannot be holy. And any of the other things that you claim to call God, those things cannot be holy because his name is holy, which means it's separate, it's different, it's set apart. Keep going.
From God. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
You're going to ask the Most High to bring his kingdom. You don't want the rulers of this world to rule. You want him to rule this planet. So you're asking for his kingdom to come, meaning to come here. You want God to rule the planet Earth. He does not rule it now, but you are asking for him to rule it. Keep going.
From God. Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done. What is God's will? God's will is what he wants. You're asking for his will to rule the planet, for what God wants to happen here. Right now, what God wants is not happening here. God doesn't want pork to be eaten. He doesn't want bats to be eaten from the Hunan province of China.
Right.
God doesn't want the coronavirus. God doesn't want AIDS. God doesn't want cancer. God doesn't want violence in the streets to kill your child. God wants rules and laws put in place to save your life. Those rules and laws are not put in place now. So you're asking for his will to happen on earth. Keep going.
From God. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven, meaning the same way that God's will happens in heaven, you want it to happen right here on earth. Keep going.
From God. Give us this day our daily bread.
When you go to pray for the needs that you have, you're not praying to hit the lottery. That's a prayer you should not be praying. You shouldn't pray to be rich one day. You shouldn't pray to be some hip-hop star or pray to make it to the NFL. That's not a prayer for Christ. The Lord said, whatsoever thou ask in the name of the Father, Salakia, whatsoever thou ask in the name of Christ, it shall be granted you. So if you're asking for something that is strictly some selfish desire of your own, you can ask all you want, but he has no reason to grant that. None at all. But if you ask for Christ, then he has every reason to grant your request. When you go to pray for something, ask the Most High to give you what you need right now. Not what you need next month, not what you need tomorrow. Give us this day our daily bread. You're not asking for the Lord to make you some rich man. You're not buying lottery tickets and praying to God that the number hit. You're an idiot and dishonorable to even go to the Lord our God with something so trivial and vain. Where's your humility? You don't feel like garbage by asking the Lord to help you hit the number, to help you hit the lottery? It's disgusting. He is the Lord of heaven and earth. You should have some gravity when you go before him. Ask him for what you need today. Your daily bread. What does your daily bread represent, man? What you need to eat and survive right now.
Right.
That's all I need. Get me through this day with the food for myself and my children, and the shelter we need, and the clothing that we need right now. I'm asking for this today. I can pray to you tomorrow for the things for tomorrow, which is what Christ said. The evil of today is sufficient thereof. There's a bad thing happening right now. Pray about that. Tomorrow will handle itself. Everyone understands. Keep going.
And forgive us our debts.
What do you want to do? As you go to ask for this request, remember who you are when you go to ask it. Remember this, that you do not deserve it. You're asking every prayer you've ever made to the Lord your God. Every prayer you've ever made. You do not deserve for him to answer that prayer. You're not good enough for him to say yes. And you want to remember that when you ask. Why? Because, I'm sorry. I got to take 1 second. Shalom, hold on 1 second. You got any officer, you can grab this. Okay. You're not a good enough son for him to help you. You don't deserve it. So say it in the prayer. Say that you know it. You're not asking for something as if he doesn't do it, he's wrong, which is what so many of us do. You ask the Lord God for something, really it's a demand. That's what it really is. Because if he doesn't do it for you, you're going to leave the truth. That's what's going to happen. So you ask for, Lord, please help me with this. Please let me get this job. Then when you don't get it, you go, I prayed, I did. This is the evilest thing to say. I did everything I was supposed to. I did everything right. And look at what happened. When I did it all right. Oh, well, damn, that prayer was not you asking. That prayer was a demand. So when you make a prayer to the Lord, he better do it. Because if he doesn't do it, you will stop serving him. In months later, years later, we'll say, hey, what happened? You look like hell, Locke. What in the hell happened to you? I haven't seen you in a couple of years. Well, you know, I was going through a lot of things. And this happened to me. And that happened to me. You know, and I prayed and I tried and I've tried. That's number 2 on my most hated sentences. I tried. I can't think of another evil. There's very few evil things more evil and self-destructive than I tried. What in the F are you talking about? You tried. What thing in life is done from someone that says, I tried about it? If you wanted to go be a doctor, would you achieve being a doctor by saying, I tried? There is nothing in life that can be achieved with I tried. Everyone who is achieving anything is trying forever. That's the only way anything is achieved. No one who does anything great or does anything for God ever can say, I tried, because it is a continual pursuit. Christ is not here. The kingdom has not come yet. His will has not been done yet in earth as it is in heaven. So what in the hell are you talking about? I tried. You should be trying right now, all the time. But I tried is your license to quit. So you can blame God for not answering your request the way you wanted, for not doing the thing that you wanted him to do. Well, God doesn't take demands out. That's not the kind of God he is. He's not like that. You demand something of him, you're not getting it, and you're going to get cursed instead of blessed. Continue.
Oh God, as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive us our debts. I know the type of sinner that I am, coming before him, asking for a second chance, asking for him to forgive the things I've done in the past. Well, if I'm going to ask that of him, I'm going to have to show him by how I forgive the people that have committed crimes against me, by how I forgive the people that have wronged me. Because if I don't forgive my brother, then what type of hypocrite would I be to ask God for forgiveness? And if God will not forgive me, then why should he grant my request? Everyone understands. Keep going.
Oh God. Verse 13. And lead us not into temptation.
Don't lead. You're asking for that. Don't lead me into temptation. It's terrible, and the temptations in this world are wretched. and they destroy men through corruption. Don't allow me to be tempted. Take temptations away from me. Ask him to do it. And he might remove you from your family members who get high and who are drug addicts and who tempt you to have sex with prostitutes and to pop pills and to smoke weed, which will only lead to more and more depression. He'll get you away from your family members. Or some slut who you're so in love with, and the thought of losing her makes you want to die. Well, he might remove her from you. He'll let her go fall in love with somebody with a lot of money. So she'll stop calling you, stop talking to you, and block you on Facebook, although you stalk her on Facebook every night in drunken tears. But then she blocks you. She moves out of town or gets away from you. That's for you. That's to help you.
Right.
That was God's love, that she met someone who had money and who was better than you and moved and blocked you. That was an act of love by God, getting her away from you.
Right.
You ask God for that. Ask him to deliver you from temptation. Keep going.
Come. But deliver us from evil.
Mm-hmm.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory.
About the kingdom belongs to him. The power belongs to him. The glory belongs to him. So I know he is absolutely capable of answering my requests. He can give it to me no matter what it is. He has the ability to do it. And I don't care how far-fetched it is. I don't care how crazy it is. He can do it because to him is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Everyone understands, right?
Come.
All right, I'll move on to the next question. Throughout. Next.
Comic-Con, sir. Somebody here. Just had a question. Sister said, Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, talking about Shalom Shah. Can I get a clear breakdown on what the ghetto is and how and why did it come about?
Solid. The word ghetto comes from a Yiddish or Jewish word, right? You can look up ghetto in the history of it. And the Jewish people were in bondage for 4 years under the Nazis in Germany. The Germans would herd them into ghettos. Before this, they were rich and they lived in palaces. The Bilderbergers, the Rothschilds, the people whose families currently rule the planet Earth right now. For 4 years, they were in oppression and they were being hunted and killed, right? And so they were stripped out of their rich mansions and their homes. The gold literally pulled from their teeth. That's literal. You can go over to Germany and find, buckets, barrels of gold teeth pulled out of the corpses of dead Jewish people in Auschwitz. They were in hell and oppression, and they were being murdered and killed, right, for 4 years. Well, during that time, they would lose their homes. Their homes were taken from them by the banks or nationalized by the government, and they were forced to live in these communities that were strictly for Jewish people. And those communities were called ghettos because it comes from a Yiddish or a Hebrew word. Come on.
Comic-Con, I have the definition, I have an article.
Go ahead.
Comic-Con, ghetto. A lot. This is the New Oxford American Dictionary. Ghetto, a part of a city, especially a slum area, occupied by a minority group or groups.
You got the history on it?
Good. How America's ugly history of segregation changed the meaning of the word ghetto. Today, for many Americans, the word ghetto conjures images of rundown and crime-ridden African-American segregated areas, inner cities. This combination is relatively recent. It has only become mainstream in the past 70 years or so. The term was primarily associated with Jewish urban quarters, and its changing meaning illustrates the trouble of tenacity of such an idea.
That's all you need for now. You can go read it on your own. They were quarters in the cities of Germany and in Poland, right? And they were not predominantly Jewish. And they were small and cramped and not the homes that they previously had. All right. Then, of course, Black people came to America. Hispanics came to America. And that's when the term ghetto began to be used for inner cities. All right. because the Jews are black.
Right.
And everyone always knew that, and they knew that the Jews in those ghettos were not actual Jews, but were white people belittling themselves and belittling their bloodline by behaving as black people. We pulled this up 1,000 times, and I can give you the history on it if I have time. But that's where it comes from. It's fairly new, since about the, when did they start calling the ghettos ghettos? I mean, the 70s, the 50s, 60s, something like that. That's around when that name began to be used and to be associated with black people, and that's that. All right, good to go. Next.
That's it on the question, all honesty.
Any questions in the room? I'll give you another chance to get a question online before I move on. I'm going to take 2 more for time's sake, all right?
Come.
Okay. You got the scientific things I wanted to bring out for you?
Come.
Did you go through it?
Come.
All right. Tell me what you have. Well, I'll give you 1 more second. If you got a question online, you better ask it now, all right?
The video that you sent.
I'll get that. Okay. You good to go ahead?
Come.
No questions?
Come. No question.
All right. We're going to go into the topic. Tonight's topic we'll go into is depression, right? Christmas time is the most depressing time of the year. I mean, for so many years, brother. You can look it up. It's a term for it. It's Christmas sadness or seasonal depression. Whenever at the beginning of the winter, around about the time when after the fall, when the winter comes, when Christmas is in the air, right after Thanksgiving, that's when a tremendous sadness is spread all throughout the globe. That sadness is embodied by Christmas. Christmas is that sadness. There is no time of year where there are more suicides than Christmas time. You can go look it up if you need to. This is the time of year when everyone who is weak and on the edge and mentally ill will either fight the demon of killing themselves or they will succumb to it. It happens all the time. I can all but guarantee all of you know someone who has harmed themselves this time of the year. This is the time of the year also when the school shootings will begin. All of the bomb threats and school shootings will ramp up around this same time every year. All of the police that are divorced will kill themselves during this time of the year. Veterans home from Iraq and Afghanistan who are sad and drug addicted will now either be tempted to kill themselves or fight it off this time of the year. What we'll go into tonight is you'll be able to see when that demon is attacking you. Now, before I go into this topic, this is what I want you to understand, right? When someone is dead, they can't learn anything. So what I'm going to tell you tonight is not for your dead relative or your loved one that died or someone in your life who has succumbed to the Christmas demon. This is for you because you're still alive. The dead can't learn. The dead can hear. The dead cannot change. Their time for doing that is over. But while you're alive, you can change. And more importantly, you can fight. Does everyone understand? Okay, give me the scientific proof. Now, I'm going to show it to you in the Bible, but I would like to also show you that this is backed up by real science. What do you have? I'll put it up on the screen.
Sir. It says self-centeredness and selfishness, happiness correlates in mediating psychological processes.
Now, scientists have studied why people kill themselves this time of the year, the whole process of it, what it does to your brain, and this is what they figured out. Read that again. Is this at the top of it? Let me catch it. You're not able to put it on the screen, I'm assuming.
I'm putting it on the screen.
All right, let me catch up to you, all right? Bear with me. I'm going to go up to Okay. Let's go up to the abstract, right? Let's read that a little bit, and then we'll skip down to self-centeredness and selfishness. Scientists went and studied the reason that so many people kill themselves during Christmas time. And what they found is that the one of the main reasons that people kill themselves during the time of Christmas is because of selfishness. Christmas inspires selfishness. Now, if you're someone that already has a mental illness, or you're someone that already struggles from a terrible past or a troubled childhood, selfishness will make you focus on your trauma, because selfishness makes you focus on, read my mind, yourself. And so now, as I'm thinking about myself, I'm thinking about my life. As I hear the Christmas carols and the Christmas songs, that feeling of nostalgia, which starts off as a warm feeling about childhood, about hearing that song from my childhood. And then that feeling makes me remember my childhood. Do you understand? Now I start to remember the arguments, not having a father, the Christmases where we had nothing, the terrible things that happened around the home. That nostalgia, that feeling of when I was a kid in Christmas morning, it starts off warm and comforting in your heart. But then it makes you start to focus on you, your life, your childhood, what you didn't have. And if you delve into that, then you will have to fight the feeling to kill yourself. So many little girls, they cut themselves because of that same feeling of me, what I don't have. He doesn't love me. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. They're not doing this for me. Selfishness causes depression, which causes suicide. Selfishness is at the core of suicide. The Bible is saying it, and psychiatrists. It's right here in front of you. And then I'm going to pull it in the Bible. There is no act more selfish than suicide. There are so many selfish acts out. So many. I mean, I could just run them all down. Leaving the truth, adultery, stealing, lying. All these acts are rooted in selfishness, meaning you don't care about the effect that this act has on other people. So you steal from some man because you think that your want is more important than him having his property. You murder this man because your anger is more important than him staying alive. Every sin is rooted in selfishness. But when I think about the act of suicide, what is more selfish than that? Because in suicide, I'm not hurting my enemies. I'm not hurting the people that I'm stealing from. In suicide, I'm hurting the people who love me. That's who I'm hurting. It's an act of selfishness that won't hurt your enemy. If you kill yourself, your enemy won't be sad. He won't be upset. Strangers won't care. Suicide only hurts the people who love you. Them, that's who will have to cry. They'll have to be sad. They will mourn. They will ache every day looking at your picture because you were so selfish that you didn't care about hurting the people who love you. Right. And in some cases, that is who you wanted to hurt. In some cases, this poor brother that killed himself recently, the brother called me today, and said, in a matter of days, they raised thousands of dollars for his funeral. I'm talking about in a day. All of his physical family members, people in the world, and donated all of the money for the funeral. And I said, Warrior, well, what do you need from Commander General Yohana? Because Commander General Yohana told me to give him whatever he wants. I said, do you need something? He said, no, he doesn't need anything. Because all of this brother's aunts and uncles and cousins, they all gave up. And these people aren't rich. They all gave all they had. Thousands of dollars since what? Saturday? The money was saved up today or before. You know what that means about that, brother? Who knows what that means? Who wants to break it down to me? When they can get up the money for your funeral, when they can get up $7,000 to $10,000 to bury you in 3 days. You know what that means? Not from the UPK, from people in the world, from your family members, your cousins and your mom and your uncles and your grandmom. When they can get up 7,000 to 10,000 from you in 3 days, do you know what that means? Who knows? Up front, they loved him. They loved him, but he did not love them back. Do you understand? He's gone, and I can't help him. I wish I could, but I can't help him. But I can help you. I can help you. Suicide hurts the people who love you. It doesn't hurt your enemies in some gang who you might shoot if you murder. It doesn't hurt the department store if you run in there and steal everything out of the Gucci store. It hurts the people who are going to miss you, who are going to cry over you. You are going to change their lives forever because you did the one most evil thing in the world that you can do to anybody. You left them. And if you love somebody, you don't leave them up. That is one West, to never leave anybody who loves you. So now you were so sad, you were so depressed because your heart was broken over some girl, or you didn't have the money that you thought you should have. You didn't have the career you thought you should have. Your life was less than ideal. You've left them and now made their lives just a little more cold, just a little worse than it was before. And they also don't have the job they want. And they also have people that don't love them that they wish would take them back. They also have girl problems and boy problems. And they also don't have the kind of life that they want. And now they have to deal with losing you. There is nothing more selfish. Nothing, in my opinion, as a priest. I can't think of a thing where I only will hurt the people who cry for me. I don't know of a crime that does that. You can tell me out there. I don't know of another crime where, I can sleep with a man's woman and now I hate him. I slept with his woman. Okay. And then I've wronged them and that's that. But when else do you hurt everyone who loves you? Suicide. Suicide hurts everyone who loves you. And it hurts no one that hates you. Do you understand? No one that hates you will give a damn that you kill yourself. So the girl that doesn't want to be with you, she doesn't give a damn that you killed yourself. The men who hate you, they don't care that you killed yourself. The people that reject you, the very people that you believe are the reason that your life is so bad, they don't care that you died. The only people that will be sad is the people that you should have stayed alive for. You should have lived for them. Selfishness is at the root of suicide. And I'm going to prove it in science and in the Bible. Here's a study right now. This is the study done. I forget the institute. You can read it at the top. And they went to go into it because they began to see that there were so many suicides during the time of Christmas. And Christmas is rooted in selfishness, in what you got for Christmas, and whether or not you get to be with your family for Christmas. I need to be with my family for Christmas. It's Christmas and I'm not able to be with my family. It's Christmas and I don't have anyone to be with for Christmas time. It's Christmas and I don't have enough money to buy the things that I want for my kids. It's Christmas and I'm alone. Christmas makes you selfish. It inspires selfishness. And so then the weak among us will kill themselves because they're self-absorbed and they don't know how to love. All they can do is accept love, but they can't give anybody love. And that's what scientists say. Read.
The main objective of this research was to test central assumptions from the self-centeredness, selfishness, happiness model. According to this model, while self-centered psychological functioning induces fluctuating happiness, Authentic, durable happiness results from selfishness.
Read that part one more time. So read it again, though.
While self-centered psychological functioning induces fluctuating happiness.
So if you are self-centered, right? Everyone knows what that means. Selfish, self-centered. You are the center of your world. All you care about is you. How much money you have, whether or not this girl stays with you, whether or not your man has another woman, whether or not you have the job you want. Self-centeredness causes happiness. Meaning if you get the thing you want, you will clap. You will be happy because you're getting what you want. You got money, didn't you? You got some money, so you're happy. You were able to be with your family for the Christmas, New Year's, you're happy. You wanted a thing and you got it. It does create happiness. But here's the problem. Read it again.
While self-centered psychological functioning induces fluctuating happiness.
The kind of happiness it induces is fluctuating happiness. Happiness that goes up and down because it's emotional. And so if I get to see my family for Christmas and I got to be with them, and yes, I got to be with my family, yay, then when they can't come, a tragedy has happened because I didn't get to see my daughter for Christmas. And now I'll kill myself because it fluctuates. If I get a new job and I got a new job, yes, I got a new job. Then when I lose that job, I will kill myself because you are self-centered. You can only be happy when something happens for you. It creates happiness, but a fluctuating happiness. Continue.
Authentic, durable happiness.
Read that again.
Authentic, durable happiness.
Is this not what Commander General Yohana teaches? This is it. And this is from science. This is from psychiatrists who are given grants and money to try to study why do people kill themselves? What can we do to stop them from killing themselves? They're always killing themselves during Christmas, all the time. Why do they do it? Why do people come home from Iraq and kill themselves when they were in Iraq with guns and didn't kill themselves? Why do police kill themselves when they're dodging bullets every day on some job, but then go home with their wife and sit in the house and kill themselves? Why do they do it? Selfishness. Because selfish people can, if they get what they want, they'll be happy, but it will leave. It will fluctuate. But what kind of happiness do we have in the UPK? What kind of happiness is our doctrine in the UPK? Read.
Authentic, durable happiness.
Authentic, durable happiness. That's a real thing. Authentic meaning what? Oh, it's not an emotion, Ark. It's for real. It's real, straight up and down joy. Real happiness, the real thing. Not just some feeling, not some release of endorphins you get every time you get to have sex with some slut. Not that. Not that happiness. Not that feeling you get when you hear a Christmas song come on the radio. Not that. I'm talking authentic, absolute joy, happiness. It's authentic and it's what?
Durable.
And it's what?
Durable.
And it's what?
Durable.
Alexa, you got to plug this thing up and keep it plugged up. I know I've never said keep it plugged up before. That's the first time I've ever said that. But that's not going to bring me down. You understand? Because I have authentic and durable happiness. What does durable mean? Alexa, what does durable mean? Let it warm up a taste. All right. She'll get it together. You know what durable means. Knock, break it down for him.
Durable means it stands any type of pressure, any type of test. It's able to stand to anything.
Give him a hand. That's durable. So now the kind of happiness you have, not seeing your child doesn't change that. Some woman breaking up with you doesn't change that. You're finding out your man who's in the world left you, or your man has another woman. You ain't killing yourself over your man. Can you imagine the women out there that are killing themselves and cutting their wrists over a man cheating? It's like killing yourself over the rainy day. It happens all the time. Now, just fathom it for a second. What's the tragedy that's making you cut your wrist? He has another woman? What woman has not went through this? Every woman you know has a man who has cheated on her. Your father cheated on your mother. Your uncles cheated on your aunts. Your other boyfriends in high school cheated on you. But yet, when this happens, what are you going to do? Cut your wrist over that? Your joy and your happiness is not durable, love. You really have to have perfect days every day. That's what has to happen. Because the joy that you get is so fleeting. It's temporary. But selflessness, read it one more time for him, warrior.
Authentic, durable happiness results from selfishness.
Selflessness. From selflessness. Selfishness causes a temporary fluctuating happiness. But if you want durable, authentic happiness, it stems from selflessness. What does the term selfless mean? Alexa, what does selfless mean?
The adjective selfless is usually defined as having little or no concern for oneself, especially with regard to fame, position, money, etc. Unselfish.
That's how you get happiness, brother.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So now you like, listen, okay, I didn't get the job. I get another one. I do have brothers.
Okay.
I am one West.
Right.
I'm not going homeless. I'm not living outside because I have Commanding General Yohana. So how bad could it get?
Right.
Right? What bad thing could happen to me that would be that bad that I couldn't endure it? I go through nothing alone. I have family members in the world that would do anything for me. I have the UPK. What bad thing could happen that could conquer me? Nothing. But when you are selfish, Alexa, what does selfish mean?
The adjective selfish is usually defined as devoted to or caring only for oneself, concerned primarily with one's own interests, benefits, welfare, etc., regardless of others. For more,
That's
ask
enough.
me to give you
Alexa,
more
stop.
definite.
That's what's going to make you kill yourself up. Because all you care about is yourself. You don't care about your mother, who is going to grieve you for years. Your father, who will grieve you for years. All of the people who love you and care about you. Every time they see your picture online, a sadness is going to creep into their mind. Why would you do that to them? Why would you hurt them like that? Selfishness, because their pain is irrelevant. There's only one pain that matters to you, your own. Hold that. We're going right back to that. Give me the picture of the sister. You died. But we're going right back to that. Any questions? Am I missing a question here? If I'm missing a question, just let me know. It's important that you understand this because your life hangs in the balance from not understanding this. Right? You can protect yourself from enemies, outside of the body, but it is very difficult to protect yourself when your enemy is inside of you. When there is a demon in you trying to kill you, listen, you can get a gun and put bars on your windows and wear a bulletproof vest to protect yourself from an enemy. But how do you protect yourself from yourself? Anyone that wants to kill themselves, you can't stop them. You're with yourself all day, all night. There's no way to keep someone away from themselves. So if you do not understand this, you better ask questions. You better master it. Everyone understands. Because you are the only one that can fight this. No one else can do it for you. Eventually, the people that watch you day and night to make sure you're not cutting yourself or taking too many pills, eventually you will be alone with yourself. And then you'll have to find out whether or not you are selfish or selfless. Look at this, sister. I want you to read this right here. Wait, show me the full picture if you don't mind. Now, this is a sister right here, right? Read the caption, please, for everyone. The sister is from Haiti. This is a Levite sister from Haiti, all right? From the tribe of Levi, a daughter of Levi. Read the caption, please.
No arms, no legs. For Buffalo woman, no problem.
Read it again.
Common con, sir. No arms, no legs. For Buffalo
Just skip the
women-
buff. Skip where she's from. Read it again.
No arms, no legs. No problem.
Don't pause. Read it again.
Common con. No arms, no legs, no problem.
Read it again.
No arms, no legs, no problem.
Read it again.
No arms, no legs, no problem.
Now, as you are sitting in depression, right, thinking suicide, thinking about drinking yourself to death, a lot of you alcoholics, that's all that is about. Alcoholism is just suicide prolonged. That's it. It's just prolonged suicide. A lot of you brothers that are reckless, you know, you drive drunk and you drive real fast and you have sex with any nasty slut that you meet online. That is just a prolonged suicide. You're trying to kill yourself. You brothers that are violent and constantly get in fights and shootouts with people. That is prolonged suicide. It's you just every night looking for a way to die. Now, when you think about the sadness of your miserable life, why isn't she miserable? No arms, no legs, no problem. That's all right. No sweat. No sweat. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what is the difference between you and her? And this is something that I ask many of the people that I counsel under Commanding General Yohana. Like, what? Okay, I get you have a problem, and it's terrible. Lord knows, you should just die. A lot of you sisters, you think you should die because he has another wife, and you got to go to work every day, and your kids aren't listening to you, and you're not getting enough help from him. He's putting that toilet seat up. He is not putting it down. That's for sure.
Right.
I get that. And he is not coming home every day. 3 days out of the week, he is not there. He's only there 2 days. You're sleeping by yourself in a bed. I get it. I get why you want to die. But my question is, why doesn't she want to die? And what is the difference between you and her? Would anyone like to answer online? Anyone out there that thinks that their life is terrible and they're just up all night crying all the time and they're just going through so much? All of the people that I have seen leave the truth, which is probably enough to fill up, a stadium of people. I've never seen any leave without any arms or legs. I've never seen that before. When they left out of here, all of them had all of their appendages and arms and legs. So what I'm trying to get is, if you were going through something, and that's why you left the truth, because you were going through something, right? I get you. Why? You've been going through a lot. I understand. But it looks like you got your arms and your legs. So then why is she saying, Yediah?
No arms, no legs, no problem.
Why is your life a problem, though? With your arms and your legs? Not please.
If I could, sir, because she's going to deal with her problems.
What do you mean by that, deal with her problem?
There's no sweat to her. She takes no arms and no legs, and she sees the blessings in it. She sees the things she can accomplish, and she sees how even having no arms and no legs can still be a blessing.
Okay, you're coming around the corner from it. You're almost there, Captain.
I mean, sir, she appreciates life, breathing. Though she don't have the arms and legs, she understands how important breath and life is.
You getting even closer to it. Come on. You're right there too. All of you are right, but I'm just going to sum it up for all of you. Okay, there is a person that focuses on themselves. So they say, I don't have any arms or any legs. There's another one that says, I'm a 25-year-old woman. I don't have any arms and legs. Who washes me? My mom, my brother, my cousins, my friends. Who helps me put my clothes on every day? People who love me. People who love me get me up. Can you imagine the support system she would have to go to college and become a doctor? She would have to have people that take care of her, that look out for her, that make sure that she gets in the car and is driven to class. One day you'll decide to live for them. And when you're living for them, guess what you do? I'm going to become a doctor so that I can make my family proud.
That's right.
For them.
Right.
For them, I'm not going to focus on my legs or my arms.
Right.
because damn, if I have no legs or my arms, my family has been taking care of me up until my 20s. Who cleans her when she goes to the bathroom? Someone worth living for. Do you understand? There's someone that wipes her behind. That person is worth living for. That person is worth going to college for and becoming a doctor for. So you can get up and walk across the stage and look out there and see the brother who carried you to class every day. And when you can stand up there, you can say, I couldn't have did it without the people who helped me. Live for them. Live for someone else. Live for them. Instead of this woman is not focused on the tragedy that is her life. She's focused on living for the people who gave her life, the people who make her life possible, the people who sacrifice so that she can live. And if you are in any way connected to the Israelite School of UPK, you have a support system to live for. Do you understand? You compare whenever you are sad and miserable and you want to sit in your car drunk all the time about all of your problems, or of course you had to smoke weed. You know why? Because your mama, she was a terrible mom. And your pop, you never knew him. And of course, you're the only one that never knew their pop, right? Of course, you're the only one whose dad wasn't around. So of course, you have a reason to live a destructive lifestyle because you didn't know your dad. I get you. No legs, no arms, no problem. So I want you to remember her and remember the difference between you and her. The difference is selfishness. Everyone understands. Go back to the scientific study.
Distant mediating processes are supposed to account for these relationships.
Put it back on the screen. Where did I say to read from for now? You're going to skip down now to...
Self-service.
I don't recall. Self-centeredness and selfishness. Go ahead.
Self-centeredness and selflessness. SSHM posits that happiness is intimately linked to self-consciousness states.
Go ahead.
Based on the dichotomy between the minimum self and the narrative self.
Mm-hmm.
The SSHM specifies the psychological processes that arise from self-consciousness states and ultimately happiness.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
According to Don Brown and Rick.
Look up narrative self, someone on their phones. Narrative self and minimal self. Keep going. Skip down to according to Damburn. Whenever you have minimal self and what's the other one? Minimal self and narrative self. Someone look those up for me to jog my memory. Go ahead.
According to Don Brown and Ricard, at least two qualities of happiness are connected and under the influence of two types of psychological functioning: the self-centered psychological functioning, self-centeredness,
Mm-hmm.
and the selfless psychological functioning, selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
There is little likelihood that these two types of functioning can operate simultaneously.
Meaning this, you can't be selfish and selfless at the same time.
Right.
And they know, of course, that these two things are where people get happiness from, right? And happiness, or the lack of happiness, is why people kill themselves, because of the lack of happiness, the feeling of despair, the feeling that nothing will ever get better, the feeling that this thing is so terrible that I need it to end. I can't go on another day. That feeling, that lack of happiness, that lack of hope is where suicide comes from, right? So finding happiness, finding hope is how you stay alive. Now, the problem is Two things can give you happiness. Selfishness can make you happy, but it's temporary. And selflessness can make you happy, and it is durable, strong. The problem is they can't exist together. They can't exist simultaneously. They can't exist at the same time. So what do you do? What do you do? You will have to pick one. You're going to have to pick one because you're not going to be able to be selfish and selfless, which is what the doctors are saying. Whenever you have minimal or narrative self, someone tell me, no.
The narrative identity. The theory of narrative identity postulates that individuals form an identity by integrating their life experience into an internalized, involving story of the self that provides with the individual.
That's all I needed. What is minimal self? Look up that, please. Jesus Christ. That's another word that I hate. Narrative. Please don't say narrative around me. It's not a sin. But the word, I just can't take the word. Anyone that says the word narrative, I will think is an a-hole. All right? But it doesn't mean you're an a-hole. It's just my way of thinking about people. All right? But anyone who says, well, see, you changing the narrative. Well, you like to change the narrative. See, you're trying to create that narrative. I will think this is an a-hole. But it doesn't mean you're actually one. All right? Because in essence, a narrative means a story. It's a lie. All narratives are stories, which is the definition of the word narrative. You know what I can do? That's what narrative means. It's a story. Alexa, what does the word narrative mean?
As a noun, narrative is usually defined as a story or account of events.
Alexa, stop. I don't want to do that all the time. Okay? But that's what it is, a story. So now, what is life? Life is just a stringing of narratives. Your narrative, my narrative, his narrative. When what you actually need is the truth, not narratives. Not his story, my story, your stories. And what's worse than that? Well, this is my truth, your truth, everyone's truth. We don't need narratives up. Everyone can make a narrative up, right? And push a narrative or change a narrative. But what might be more beneficial to you is the truth, right? And when someone has a narrative self, that's when they tell themselves a story about themselves. And in that story, what role do they play? Who wants to blow my mind with the answer? The person that kills himself. In their story, they play the role of Officer Knock? No. In their story, they play the role of, brother in the back? In their story, they play the role of the victim. Give him my hand. That's them. If they were the hero, then they would save themselves. That's right? If they were God, then they would feel powerful. But the problem is, in your story, you're the one that everybody is hurting. And they just won't treat you right. And they just, boy, they're doing this to me again. And they just always doing this to me. And my baby's mother, she's doing this to me. And my baby's father, he had it again. And my friends, they betray me. You know, sometimes even your family members, they won't even support you. You know, when you're trying to start a business and you need support, you sell it, or give me something they sell online, and then they cry about it if nobody buys it. Okay, like first the post is, I'm selling this. Then the next post is, see, people won't even support you when you're trying to sell. No. They don't like your soaps? Is that what you're saying? Your soap, they don't love your soap. Not even your cousin is buying your soaps. Oh, no. See, if they would support your hustle, then they would buy your soaps no matter how much it stinks. Please. They don't see my vision. They won't support it. Let me tell you the narrative of that person. Here's the narrative they're trying to create. They have a story about themselves, and in that story, they're the victim. In that story. And because they're the victim, they feel justified in killing themselves. Because then that will show you You understand? Once they're dead, guess what? Now that bitch will know she was wrong for treating me the way she did. Now everybody will know that I was treated wrong because I killed myself. I remember when I was a young kid playing football with this cat in the world. These stories, I got too many of these. Most of them I can't say, but I never hang with anybody in the world. That's just me. One of them, he said to me one time, his mother would not give him a car. I remember this so clearly because it stuck in my brain even when I came to the truth. He wanted this car. His mother wouldn't give him a car, right? Loan the car. And he said, you know what I should do? I should kill myself. Then that'll teach her. If I came down here and she came down here and I was dead, then she would know she was wrong. And I remember going, what? Like, okay, how would you know that you got her back? You'd be dead. So you won't know what she thinks because you're dead. So how are you hurting your mother? It just twisted my brain up. And of course, in the world, I led to try to understand people and never understood people until I came into the UPK and the Commander General Yana. Then I began to understand that he's the victim. So that's the only way a victim can get revenge, by hurting himself. That will show her that bitch. Now she sees it. Now I'm dead. Ha, ha, ha. That's what you get. You create a story where you're the victim. You're the abused. Everyone hates you. No one loves you. And then there's another self. Give me that one now. Minimal self.
Minimal self. The concept of the minimal self refers to the consciousness of oneself as an immediate subject of experience. According to recent studies, disturbances of the minimal self may be a core feature of schizophrenia.
Disturbance of the minimal self. You know what that means? Meaning the sense of your experiences are disturbed. So now you're not able to focus on actual life, what actually is happening, because your minimal self is disturbed anymore.
They are emphasized in classical psychiatric literature in the phenomenal work. Wow, that's it, sir.
Meaning same thing. Your minimal self can't be disturbed. Your experiences, the things that you are doing, do you understand? The thing that you do is who you are. So now instead of me writing a story about me and making myself the victim, I will get up and do a thing. And that thing is who I am. And I can do that thing with no arms and no legs.
That's right.
I can do that thing with no children, with no wife. I can do that thing. You have to choose a thing and have these experiences. Live. Decide that you're going to get up out of your bed and live. Experience it. Devote yourself to something. Decide, I'm doing this thing. And that's what saved my life under Commander General Yohana at extremely low times. Deciding that I would live for him. For him, I'll do it. For him, I'll get up every day and do this thing. And that is what I will be. The experience is who I am. Not the person, not the story I make about myself. But I am the person that answers this call, goes to this camp,
Right.
fights this lawyer,
Right.
fights this judge,
Right.
handles this problem.
Right.
And that thing I can do with no arms and no legs.
That's right.
That thing is there every day
Right.
when your wife isn't and your children aren't. That experience is right in front of you if you will have it, if you will get up and do it. This is what scientists have found is true. And I'm going to show you also in the Bible. Give me one more, and then I'll go to the precepts. No, skip down to, bear with me. Introduction, self, blah, 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 blah. Skip down to the self-centered psychological function of the mediating role. 1 second. Oh, this is good. I don't have time to read all this, but this is all good. I'm gonna skip down to something quick.
Khan, the self-centered
Not
psychological.
that, not that,
Not that, sir.
not that, not that. Boy, this is so. Hold on. Okay, what should I read? Let me see. Hold up. Mm-mm. Let's go to, you got to skip way down to according to SSHM. It's right below,
I have it, sir.
okay, throughout.
Selfless will be positively and significantly.
No, according to yes, that's it. Read that. And then give me the precept I asked for. Go.
Khan, according to the SSHM, selflessness would be positively and significantly.
Nice and loud. I can't hear you too well.
Khan,
Someone else hold Proverbs 30 and 1. Go.
According to the SSHM, selflessness would be positively and significantly related to authentic, durable happiness.
You understand that? Selflessness is related to authentic, durable happiness. Every brother and sister in the UPK, Commanding General Yohana is giving us something to serve, someone to serve, someone to commit your life to, a people that need you, that don't need your money, that don't need, your looks, but need your service, need you to be here to do this thing for them, and they need it every day. So many people can find that in so many things. But in this evil world, people can take those things from you. You can devote yourself to your children, but then people can take your children from you. You can devote yourself to your wife, but people can take those things from you, right? People can take anything from you in this evil world. But the Most High God has provided the Israelite School of UPK here so you can have this thing that cannot be taken from you.
Right.
It's here. We always need you. We need your service. We need you here with us.
That's right.
We value you, and you're important to us. And this school cannot run without you. We devote our whole lives to finding you.
Right.
We risk our lives in Mexico and in Texas and Chicago
Right.
to find you. All for you.
Right.
All so that we can look for you. We are devoted to you. And if you want to live, you will devote yourself to someone else. You'll come into this school and decide that someone is as important to you as you were to us. And now you have a reason to live. Now you can fight off depression and sadness because we need you, huh? We need you, sis. We need you here. We will be terrible and wretched without you. We will ache and mourn without you. So now we need each other. And now we can go on every day and find more people to need.
Right.
Continue.
God, according to the SSHM, selflessness would be positively and significantly related to authentic, durable happiness. Authentic happiness is understood here as an optimal way of being, a state of durable contentment and plenitude.
A state of durable happiness. That's what you need, sisters, brothers. You need durable happiness. Durable. Your happiness is so fleeting. It's just so you're happy today. You got to see him. You got to get that. You got to have that. But tomorrow you're going to be crying again because your happiness is just so. I mean, my God, who can live like that? Obviously, you can't. Obviously, you're suicidal, cutting yourself, taking 10 pills and 10 Advil and 15, Tylenol because you want to die. Because the happiness and any joy that you ever have is gone tomorrow. But durable happiness is happiness you have for someone else.
That's right.
In the service of someone else. Where you at again? Let me catch up.
So I'm right where it said a state of durable contentment.
Okay, keep reading.
A state of durable contentment and plenitude,
Mm-hmm.
or inner peace.
Inner peace. Here we go. Where does inner peace come from? That's something that everyone is searching for. Inner peace. According to scientists, psychiatrists, it comes from selflessness. That's what they're saying right here in this study. You cannot have inner peace being selfish, because everything that happens bad to you will overtake you. When your happiness has to come from the activity, from the experience that you do for someone else. That you can control, and that you can always have. In terrible times, you can serve your brothers and sisters. In horrible times in your life, the prophet Ezekiel, the Lord told him that in the morning I shall take away the desire of thy heart with a stroke, but you will not cry. You will wrap your meat tree or the tire upon your head, and you will go speak. In the morning, his wife was dead. That brother got up, tied the meat tree on his head, and went out and spoke that day. He went to camp that day. Because even on that day, even in a time like that, when his wife died of a stroke, there were people to serve, people that needed him. And that's how he got through it. Now, what do you have? Yourself? You're not going to last long. You're not going to last. Give me the precept out. Good. You should read all of that. We can put it online. You should read every bit of that. Now,
Proverbs 30:1.
please.
The words of Agar, the son of Jacob, even the prophecy. The man spake unto Ithiel, even until Ithiel and
Read two.
Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man.
This is what he's saying. He's saying, surely I'm dumb. I'm like a brute. I'm like a cow or a bull. I'm not as smart as other brothers are smart. Keep going.
Verse 3. I neither learned wisdom, nor have the knowledge of the holy.
Let me catch up with you real fast. Hold on.
Proverbs 30:4, sir.
Please, we don't mind. Hold on. I have a few I need to get to. Proverbs. You at 30 and 4 right now?
Beginning of 4
I'm sorry, I don't see that.
and the 3.
I'm sorry. Psalms. Psalms 30 and 2. Okay, good.
Psalm chapter 30, verse 2. O Lord, my power, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me.
Let me tell you something, man. This is David. David wrote these Psalms out, and he was going through a far more terrible time than you.
Right.
David was on the run from the king Saul. So let me try to imagine that. You have to think about Osama bin Laden in 2006, meaning the king of Israel is trying to kill him. The entire government, the entire nation is looking for him. David, I can only compare it to the manhunt for Osama bin Laden when George Bush and Barack Obama were looking for him all across the world. That's what that's the situation he was in. And he was starving and hungry. They found Saddam Hussein in a hole dug in the ground with a fan on top of it. Literally, go look it up. He had some makeshift air conditioning with a hole and a fan so air could come into the hole. He was hiding in a hole because George Bush was looking for him. Well, David was in that situation. Now, what situation are you in? You lost your job? Huh? Is that what you can't find a place, a good apartment that you can afford? Your car broke down. Well, shit, you might as well kill yourself. You need a new transmission, so I guess you should kill yourself. That slut who's been cheating on you since you met her, you found out about it finally, and you're upset about that. That hurt your feelings. David was being hunted throughout the planet by the king of Israel, starving so much that he had to beg the priest to eat the showbread, which was unlawful for him to eat. He had no weapon to defend himself because at the same time, the Philistines, who he had to live around because he was on a run from King Saul, were trying to kill him. So he had to fight the Philistines and the Moabites and had no weapon. And then the priest, in mercy, gave him Goliath's sword, which they held in memory. They held Goliath's sword at the temple, and they figured it was right to give it to him since he was the man that earned it. Even though King Saul, after King Saul found out about them giving him Goliath's sword and giving them showbread, King Saul had an Edomite kill every last one of them. They died for helping him. That was the situation King David was in. Now, what situation are you in? She left you? Huh? He cheated on you? Huh? You're not getting to be with your family for Christmas? You're a joke. And sad and disgusting because you only care about yourself. Only care about yourself. And soon, if you're not vigilant, you will die so that all of us can be sad. So we all can be in pain because you want to give somebody else pain. And that's what people in pain want to do. You need to hurt someone. And the best way for you to hurt the good people that love you is for you to hurt yourself. So now your mother can cry and your father can mourn. So we all can be in pain because you couldn't endure pain temporarily. Keep reading.
Come on, God, sir. Verse 3. O Lord, thou hast brought upon my soul from the grave.
Let me tell you what David did. David prayed to the Most High and he endured. And brother, then one day he became the king over a unified nation. All 12 tribes bowed down to him as the king of a unified monarchy, the same man who was starving to death. And the men getting killed who helped him. And one day he became king because he endured, because he made life about service to other people. And all during that time, he fought the Philistines, fought the Moabites, gathered this brother, gathered the mighty men, the 37 mighty men over here, gathered these brothers, gathered these other brothers who were on the run from King Saul. They all came together, man. He took care of them, fed them, clothed them. And then one day he was king of Israel. What could happen to you if you would endure? If you would make life about someone else? Maybe one day you would be glorified above your enemies. Maybe one day everyone would have a reason to fight their own battle from hearing about your good story, hearing about the thing that happened to you. Maybe we would read your story one day and it would give all of us strength.
Right.
Instead of making your mother cry.
Right.
Continue.
Come on, come. Proverbs, like Psalms 30:3. O Lord, thou hast brought my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit.
Let me tell you, brother. And you might think that death is such peace and it's so wonderful. But there is nothing better than being alive.
That's right.
Being alive is the greatest gift that the Lord ever gave anyone.
Right.
Because in being alive, there is hope for everything. Everything is possible as long as you're breathing. And all of your dreams, think of the things you always wanted to happen. They can happen. Guess what, she could come back. It could happen. Your kids could find you and come see you. It could happen. You could get that job. It could happen. You could hit the number, win the lotto, hit it big in Vegas. Everything that you think if this thing happened, you would be happy. It can happen if you're alive. But it can't happen if you're gone. And then the only thing that can happen is those of us that love you will now be sad. Continue.
Come, verse 4. Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks to the remembrance of his holiness.
That's what you want to do, man. You want to sing unto the Most High, O ye saints. What is a saint? A repentant Israelite. Someone who was an Israelite who was sinning, but now has changed, man. You better thank the Most High because you are here and you can serve. You can do something great because you're here. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. For his anger endureth but a moment.
Read that again.
Come. For his anger endureth but a moment.
Read it again.
For his anger endureth but a moment.
I know some of you know that you've done terrible things in the past. Some of you might have feelings of homosexuality in your mind. You might be attracted to men if you're a man, or attracted to women, or you might want to smoke, get high, or because you were a child molested, you might have terrible thoughts in your mind every day. And these thoughts might make you think, I have to kill myself, or one day I will do this thing that's in my brain. This is what you don't understand. Read that again.
For his anger endureth but a moment.
Let me tell you something, Ark. I know you're suffering right now because of the things that you've done in the past. It's temporary. The Lord, man, he's powerful and he made heaven and earth, but there is nothing that he is above merciful. And he can forgive you for terrible acts, horrible things. And for a time, he'll be angry with you. For a time, he will punish you. For a time, he might send you to prison. You might go to jail. Terrible things could happen to you. But it's all temporary. His anger endures for a moment. Keep going.
In his favor is life.
And his favor is life. He will forgive you. And you will live. You can survive terrible things. And the Most High's anger will not last forever. If he's upset with you now, and terrible things are happening to you now, and you know God is not blessing you, he will not be angry with you forever. And his favor is life. He is going to forgive you. Now challenge me on this. He is going to forgive you. Horrible things, horrible thoughts, horrible demons. He will forgive you those things, and you will live. You just have to serve someone else and focus on someone else's happiness. Keep going.
Weeping may endure for a night.
I said, you're sad. You're weeping, right? You miss your children. You miss your wife. You miss your husband. You miss your loved ones who passed away. Weeping may endure for a night. Keep going.
But joy cometh in the morning.
Read it again.
But joy cometh in the morning.
Let me tell you, brother, when that crying is over, you're going to be happy again. He is going to heal you with just as much power as he broke you. He's going to put you back together. And the thing that you thought you could never overcome, you will be a conqueror of.
Right.
Now, will you stay here for me? Will you stay here for us? Will you not quit on yourself, seeing that it's going to devastate us? Can we live for each other? Can we go through crying and sadness and mourning for your brother? Can you do it for him? Can you do it for your sister? Can you do it because we need you? Right now, out south, brother, there is a brother and a sister that are going to need us, who lost their son. And we're going to be there for them. And we're going to make our life about them. And we're going to focus ourselves on their pain, because they're mourning their child that they lost. And now they need someone to love. Be here for them to love you. Do you understand? With that, pass the class over to Priest Officer Danyala.
ISUPK security announcement. We at ISUPK started out on West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister: when a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head
to speak to one another after this 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew, my Asherah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to become a holy convocation, which is Purim. It'll be February 15th. So like in February 14th. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear black boots, shirt, pants, apron, and a scarf. And with that, imagine, which means hand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Imagine, Barak. Yashabata, Sar, Sister Imagine, which means stand. Sister, you want to have feet at a 45-degree angle, your right hand over your left. Men of Israel, we're going to get a sister one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Imagine, Barak. Yashabata, class dismissed. Appreciate it.
How it should be, man. This scripture that Christ had told his disciples is how you stop crime as a whole. Because when you go to him and him alone, and for you sisters out there who love the beef and who don't like to talk to another woman about how she treated you, you sisters need to go to her alone as well.
Nobody is holding you accountable for the things that you say you were doing or not doing. There's no, like the scriptures say, everything should be done in decency and in order.
That's right.
There's no order and decency with you going on the internet and running in the streets with no guidance, without being sent, without being anointed by the man of the Lord, by being sent by a man of God out there on them streets. You must be sent.
When you hear us say salute, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat, right? That is Hebrew. Okay? Shalom, Shalom, that is not Hebrew. I don't know where you learned that from. Most likely from Esau, from the Jewish. On the street corners. And we ain't selling dope, but we are teaching you how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We are teaching you how to not be a drug addict and a drug dealer.
Right.
How to keep you out of prison. How to not make you a target for Esau to use.